I will explain again. Okay. Suppose you are having 5 points only. Okay. Now you chose one cluster only. Okay. Now after final position, okay, this comes your centroid. Okay. Now what happened? Suppose this is point 1, 2, 3, or wait a minute. Okay. This is point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So your total data set is having only 5 points and you chose number of cluster as 1. Okay. And after final fixing, this is the centroid and all these points are part of that cluster. Okay. Now what happened? You will calculate this distance d1, d2, d3, d4, d5. Okay. Now what will you do? d1 plus d2 plus d3 plus d4 plus d5 and then divided by 5. So this will come, this is your within cluster sum of square. Now since your whole data set there was only one cluster, so this is your final value. Okay. Now what will happen if, now I will erase this. Okay. This time what happened, you chose number of cluster as 2. Okay. So suppose these 3 points fall into one cluster and these 2 points fall into other cluster. And for first cluster, this is the centroid. For second cluster, this is the centroid. Okay. Now, what happened? For first cluster, this is D1, D2, D3. Okay. So for this cluster, first cluster, your WCSS1 is D1 plus D2 plus D3 divided by total number of points, that is 3. For second cluster, WCSS2, it is D4 and D5. So D4 plus D5 divided by 5 or 3, 2, right? So for 2 cluster, we got 2 values, WCSS1, WCSS2. So the final WCSS is WCSS1 plus WCSS2, because first we calculate for each cluster, then we sum all the values together. So that is your final WSS in our second case. For first case, since there was only one cluster, so the WCSS value was this. Okay. So now this is like a D1 plus D2 plus D3 divided by 3 plus D4 plus D5 divided by 2. So this is the difference between when I chose different number of clusters. Now can anyone tell me, for these 5 points, what will be the case when my total WCSS will be minimum? That is my question.
Yeah,
But we can have 5 centroid, like 5 cluster.
Yes, जी.
उसमें क्या होगा, आपको जो डिस्टेंस होगी वो यूनिफॉर्म होगी, आपकी 1-1 डिस्टेंस होगी, D1 D2 D3, वो डिस्टेंस यदि 1-1 होगी ना, तो आपका तो फिर वो उसमें आएगा 1 क्लस्टर आएगा आपका.
करेक्ट. सो आपका कहना ये है, if we choose each point as a cluster, our total WCSS will be minimum. Correct?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Everyone got this point. Everyone.
Yes.
So everyone, yeah. So everyone got this idea, right? अगर किसी को confusion है, please tell me now.
लेकिन ऋषि जी आप तो ये बता रहे थे कि हम क्लस्टर कैसे डिसाइड करें, am I right?
हाँ जी, अभी वो बताएंगे, पहले ये कॉन्सेप्ट समझेंगे.
अच्छा. ओके,
है ना. देखिए, इन 5 पॉइंट के लिए आप कह सकते हैं कि अगर कोई क्राइटेरिया नहीं है, फॉर दिस 5 पॉइंट समवन कैन से 1 क्लस्टर इज एनफ, समवन में से 2 क्लस्टर इज ऑप्टिमम, other person will say no, for these 5 points I want 5 cluster. Okay, so there should be some criteria based on which you can say optimum number of cluster. Okay, so to understand that, first we need to understand the concept of WCSS. Okay, so that's why everyone,
yes.
everyone is totally clear with WCSS term. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so now what happened? So WCSS we saw. Okay, so WCSS decreases and as number of cluster increases. I think everyone can understand this point. As we keep on increasing the number of cluster, okay, the WCSS will start to decrease, and it will be minimum when the number of cluster is equal to the number of data points, right? क्योंकि when a single point is a cluster in itself, what will happen in that case? WCSS for that cluster will be 0, because the same point will be centroid for the whole cluster. So the total WCSS for all the cluster will be 0. Correct? Everyone agrees with this statement. WCSS will be 0 when each point will be a cluster in itself.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so now what happened? So this is called as elbow method. Okay, elbow method is used to find the optimal number of clusters. So what happened? Suppose for given data set, we don't know how many data points are there within a data set. Okay, suppose you choose 2 cluster, number of cluster is 2, number of cluster is 2, so there will be some value of WCSS. So this x-axis is nothing but your number of clusters, on y-axis is nothing but total WCSS value. Okay, so as you keep on increasing the number of cluster, your WCSS, this value will keep on falling like this, and this line will definitely touch the x-axis when your number of cluster is equal to number of data points. Okay, so elbow method say that because the moment you will change the number of cluster, it will keep on falling. Okay, so you need to find a point which is known as inflection point, which means, now you can see this elbow method means which point you think looks like an elbow. So you will say when n is number is equal to 5, means if n is changing beyond 5, means if you change to 6, that fall is not that much. Okay, so if you increase the number of cluster, WCSS will keep on falling. Okay, so you will choose that number for which WCSS, the drop in the WCSS value is not that big. So that point comes here as n equal to 5. Okay, because beyond 5, if you go to 6, there's not much difference. So this is called as inflection point. Now everyone is clear? We'll see this with the help of coding also. Everyone is clear?
Yes,
Elbow
sir.
method.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now we'll see the code. So I'm just opening up my Spider just to couple of seconds. Okay, so first of all, for k means plus plus, I am using this small customer data. Okay, so I will first import this data set and show to you what is this data set. Okay, so this is imported. Why so many errors are coming? Okay, looks like I tried to did something else. Okay, no problem. It's not related to this code, so we are fine. Okay, so we'll see what is our data set. See, here the data set says, you can see my screen, right?
Yes, Rishi.
Okay. So here we have 5 columns: customer ID, genre, age, annual income, and spending score. Okay. We are not telling here, remember, that what is your independent data or dependent data. Okay. We are just having this data set: customer ID, genre, age, annual income, and spending score. Definitely, if you say customer ID don't hold any value, because this is just a random number given to any customer, or it's a number, some customer ID, okay, which does not hold any value. What it tells that for a particular mall, that mall is having data for a customer, which says whether that one customer ID is there, then whether customer is male or female, what is the age of customer, what is its annual income. Okay, and at last the mall is giving some spending score to a particular customer based on its buying. So you can, in plain words, says that out of 100 points. So maybe they have figured out some way to calculate this spending score. The person who spent the most in their whole base may be given 100 points, and the person who spent the minimum in the whole lot, he has been given 1 score. So that is the spending score. Okay, now the task is to group these customers into clusters. Okay, why we need cluster? Can anyone tell me, with this data, why we need to create a group of cluster? Why we want to do that, first of all? Someone, anyone?
Like those who are spending more can be part of one cluster.
Okay, then what will happen?
Different, maybe different age groups and their spending capacity.
Correct. That we can't say. But what will happen if we create a cluster? Why we want to create a cluster, first of all?
Maybe different age group, once we have as a different clusters, we can come up with like what decide on their spending scores based on that criteria. Maybe.
You are a little bit close. Okay. You are a little bit
See, we
close.
can see the spending pattern. Pattern क्या है? It could be based multiple name, age, income.
Correct. Correct. So one case will be if we create cluster, if we are here, we are having data for how many customers? 200. Okay. If we create somehow some cluster, okay, we don't know what is the criteria. Based on these things, I want to create some cluster. Now the advantage of creating cluster will be, suppose out of these 200, I divide all these 200 customers into 3 cluster, all these customers into 3 cluster. Then what I can do, based on cluster, I can come up with some strategy to target a particular set of clusters. Suppose those customer which are spending very more, right? So definitely the person who is spending 100, I cannot, there will be some customers, some will be 99, some will be 98. Okay, so if there will be cluster in which people are spending more, I can send a mail for some more thing. Like I can target those customers because these looks bit rich because they are spending more. I can do something for them. Okay, I got some new item also. Do you want to buy? Or there will be some cluster in which the spending of the people is very less, so which also means that they may be going to some other places, that's why they are spending less in my mall, so I can give some offer to them to attract them. So like that we can decide some strategy, but first target is to make a cluster of out of these people. Okay, so for the what you say graph purpose, out of this whole value, okay, I am just taking 2 columns, annual income and spending score. I am just dropping all the other 3 columns. Okay, you can try for 4 columns also, but this customer ID is definitely redundant. You don't need to take this. It is not required at all. This is just a customer ID. It will not help you to understand anything. Okay. Now I just took 2 columns, last 2 columns. One is age, not age, annual income, and other one is your spending score. Okay, so I imported them in X. Okay, now what I will do, I will import the algorithm. Imported the algorithm. What I am doing here, this is the code. I am taking maximum number of clusters 16. Okay, I have declared it value, and then I am taking a WCSS array. I will calculate the WCSS value in each case when the number of cluster is 1, 2 number of cluster is 16. Okay, so this is these 2 variables I am declaring it. Now what I am doing in this loop, okay, K means this is the algorithm or library I imported. Now in this K means, remember I told you we have to first define what is the optimum what is the number of clusters. So we have to initialize it. Okay, what is the number I want? So this I have given I means it's a variable, and the value of I will range from 1 till 16. Okay, it will go till 15 only because it's a range. Okay, initialize with K means L plus plus. I'm using K means plus plus. Random state, you know, right? So that every time we get the same result. So doing this, then I fit my data, that is X, into the algorithm, and then I calculate. This K means inertia is nothing but WCSS score for a given number of cluster. I am storing all those values in an array. So I will just execute this. If you try to print the value WCSS, underscore array. You see, we got the value for different, and you can see here clearly, because first you are calculating for I is equal to 1. When the cluster is 1, this value corresponds to that. Okay, so as the number of clusters are increasing, the WCSS value is decreasing. Everyone agrees to this?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah. Now we'll plot it. Oh, last time I was trying something and looks like it broke my library, matplotlib. Oh, so I cannot draw the graph now. Okay, Ji, so what I will do, I can't show you the plot actually. And all this is graph code only. Okay, so what I will do, I will just explain one or two more algorithm, and coding part will see, and graph. All these things we'll see in next class. Okay, I will fix my library and then I will do. Okay.
Okay, Sir.
Okay, Rishiji.
Okay, type or wait a minute.